going to get a little swig of water, everybody. There it goes.
Good. Make sure.
Hey, look at that. We got audio and everything. With that being said,
we're good.
Welcome back to Brad and James, the live, fun, interactive conversation about almost anything. Woohoo! We are fired up to be here tonight, aren't we, James? Hagen?
That's right.
Hagen.
James, Brad.
That's right. James is out tonight. He had an engagement he had to be at, so we wanted to go ahead and put out a podcast episode for you guys. We've been off a couple of weeks, but we're back in the groove of things now, and we feel it's important during this time to stay connected with you guys. So that's why we're here. We're excited to be here. We got Hagen, and also we have Joshua on the keys, taking care of all your lovely comments. So thanks for helping us out, Josh. We appreciate it. So sorry about that little technical issue earlier. Hey, it's been a few weeks, so you kind of get back into the groove of things and make sure everything's working properly. And I love the fact that this is still some sketchy internet or something. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to try not to let that bother me. So
do your best.
We're moving right along, man. How's it going?
It's been going good. I guess we'll just kind of redo this again.
We'll redo it. Absolutely.
Yeah, so been going good, though. Been staying busy. The last couple of weeks we've regathered in the church.
Yep.
So we've kind of moved from doing only online services to now we're doing in-person and online.
Yeah.
So
you've been doing all kinds of new stuff.
Yeah, I've been learning all kind of new technological stuff. I've never really been the tech-savvy type person, but, when COVID happened, you had to figure some stuff out. So
yeah, we've all had to figure some stuff out.
We've recently
kind of transitioned a little bit, but I mean it's kind of cool too. I was telling my dad, I think I mentioned this before, it was like with online stuff, your audience is kind of so much bigger. We're all kind of on the same playing field, and it's a unique way to reach people.
Yeah,
so.
True. I tell you what, though, I never really knew that there was as much that goes into it either.
That too.
You kind of think about it and you're like, oh, you just set up a camera, you'll hit go live.
Got some mics up there, record.
That is totally not what I thought it was.
On that level. So, the company I used to work for, we built huge, massive college football, well, not just football, but college scoreboards for stadiums all over the country. Yeah. And so our first one we did was Southern Miss. And when we got that project done, a couple of us had an opportunity to work in the control room. And I was like, dude, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be able to see the game like I've never seen it before. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be right there. Worst mistake ever. You had a script, like 3-ring binder, no lie, this thick. And it was like down to the minute of the game. If you did not have the correct sponsor on the board, if you were not running the correct commercial, if the right sound, the right cue was missed, you were in big trouble.
That's wild.
It was literally miserable. I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I can't even watch the game.
I guess when you think about it on like a college scale compared to high school, because I remember in high school, man, it'd be like you'd have like the one little box and you'd have like a couple of switches. That you didn't have to deal with ads or sponsorships or anything.
And a lot of people, like you said, they don't think about that. And it's like, because when people are paying out a lot of money to have their ad up there on the board at a certain time, it better be there or somebody's going to get their rear end chewed out, Josh. Chewed out. What you been up to, man?
I have been cooking.
You've been cooking. We know Josh's mic isn't working baking, but it will be on the audio podcast and on the YouTube version. So that's a good transition to say, don't forget to download our podcast and to check us out on Facebook. So, man, OBS is like sketchy. Is it laggy out there, people? Let us know if the video is
hit
lagging.
us up in the comments if it's a little laggy.
We're trying to do
dealing
the
with
best
some tech
we can,
issues.
so.
Got a couple thumbs up right there.
But Josh has been baking. You made me some cookies.
Chef Josh.
You did. They were good. I ate them all. Yeah.
I tell you what, man. You must get it from your dad, though, because Kelly Pugh can throw it down on the grill. Those hamburgers, hot dogs he made last weekend, oh, my gosh.
Oh yeah, I remember that was good. That was good. Yeah, they were. I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't have any, did you? Sorry.
Okay.
We'll invite you next time.
Yeah. That's what they
Technically,
all say.
we kind of invited you this time. We just never really heard back from you.
Really?
I don't know. You said you reached out to him, right?
Oh, was it for the? Oh, if this was okay.
Low key.
Okay, you're right. That was my fault. But next time, count me in because I like hot dogs and hamburgers.
Them hamburgers, hot dogs.
Yeah.
Came in clutch.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, lots been going on, guys. Again, we have been off a couple of weeks, but we hope everyone's doing well and staying safe and just, trying to stay sane, I guess, because there's still a lot going on in this season that we're in. True. And, I think obviously number one, I guess, comes to mind is good old coronavirus. Here we are. Quickly approaching August, and we're still kind of in a bad situation.
Yeah,
I don't know if I thought we would be here.
Nah,
I
don't know if anybody really thought that. To be honest,
I was thinking, back in March, April, I was like, "Ooh, this is gnarly."
Yeah,
but I was kind of thinking by August we were
kind of have some stuff figured out.
So I don't know. What's your take on that? Like when you see people out and about. Okay, let's just get right down to it.
Okay,
masks. They've been.
Oh, we going right to it.
Yeah, we're right. I'm going Jam. I'm coming right to your front door.
Okay.
So now Walmart today, they were supposed to start their whole can't come in without a mask thing, right?
Yeah. Like nationwide, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which is good because there's a lot of Wallies out there.
True.
And there's a lot of people going in and out of Walmart. You go to Walmart, Josh?
For sure.
You go to Walmart, Hagen?
Oh yeah.
You're not K. Roger folks?
Nah, I know a lot of people love it, but I don't know. I've always done my shopping at Walmart, and that's just I'm set in my ways. I think that's just who I am, man.
Well, when you go somewhere so often, it's just easy.
You know where everything is.
Exactly.
You know how to navigate around.
Dude, I went into Piggly Wiggly the other night. I looked like a blind boy from Alabama.
Dude, I went to the grocery depot a couple of weeks ago, like for the first time. I was like, what is happening?
Just wandering around in the wilderness like the children of Israel. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh no.
Like, give us a sign. I don't know where the milk is.
Right.
Josh, bake me some cookies. I need some milk.
He needs some milk.
Hey, you remember what the men's retreat a couple of years ago?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had like a whole 3-hour conversation with Brad about milk and how the man wants some milk.
Yeah, I was like, I need a snack and I need some milk. Mm-hmm. So I was like, guys, I'm really craving some milk. But yeah, so Walmart, they started their thing today, which I'm really hoping that they are serious about it, because I was in there, I think I was in there yesterday or Saturday, maybe Saturday, and I was like, man, these people ain't wearing a mask, and I understand that wearing a mask can be uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable.
Right. But
again, we mentioned this like several weeks back, trying to do something for the greater good and not, but how do you feel about that?
About the Walmart thing, or just mask in general?
Mask in general? How do you? How do you go about your daily life during this season if you have to get out and about?
Yeah, I mean, if I have to, obviously when Laurel or Jones County came out with the mandate, a few weeks ago about you need to wear it. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna obey the law. You know, if that's the law, it doesn't matter if I like it or not. If that's what the law says, it's just a mask.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have the argument of like, well, it's masks now, it'll be something else later.
Well, that's true. I haven't heard that. That's a good point.
Maybe, but I mean, right now it is just a mask. And I feel like if it gets bigger or deeper or worse later, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
The fact of the matter is, if it gets bigger than that, it's because people weren't wearing a mask.
True. I mean,
or let me correct myself. Wearing a mask in places that you should,
or like kind of heavily populated, or
yeah.
Like a lot of people.
We talked about this the other night. Kind of how I don't wear a mask like when I'm just driving around, or if I go to a family member's house that I know the situation, and I know that people aren't, any symptoms, or they haven't been sick.
Right.
Even at that, I still find myself trying to kind of distance myself, because my parents are a little older and, I guess would be in a higher risk category. So I just think, trying to think of other people during this season, and it's not always easy. So.
Did you see what the CDC came out with today?
I did not.
The CDC comes out today and says if every American will wear a mask, we may be out of the pandemic in 4, 6, or 8 weeks.
If every
American.
Can I counter that, though? Just kind of play devil's advocate for a little bit, though. The CDC has also came out and said that there have been like a bunch of coronavirus cases that have actually not even really been coronavirus.
Really?
And so my thing about all of it is like, you can pick a side one way or the other. You can wear it, you can not wear it, whatever. My thing is, you know, when you just look at everything going on in the national media, the social media, I just wish that our leaders and our government officials and everything, if they just tell the truth, you know, and I'm just like, maybe then I'd be more inclined to want to obey. I'm not saying I don't want to obey now. I'm just saying, like,
you're also seeking for some truth.
I just want some truth, man. I want some facts, you know, and when you got this source is coming out with this source coming out with this source coming out with this, and it's like, oh, we're right, they're wrong, we're right, they're wrong. It's like, I don't know who to believe.
Yeah.
And so when there's not a whole lot of truth out there, it really does just, I guess,
weighs
hurt
on
me. You know, I'm like, I don't know, man. I wish somebody would tell the truth, because then I'd be more inclined to want to do what I'm supposed to do, right?
Good point.
I think a big deal is, though, with coronavirus, with this being such unprecedented times, we don't really even know what is the 100% truth.
Yeah.
You know, when it first started, we were like,
that's true too.
only old people are getting this. You know,
Yeah.
only old people are affected by this.
Right.
And then it came back, and it was like, no, everybody's gonna get it. And everybody's
Yeah.
And then it came out and was like, nobody's gonna die. It's crazy.
Which I guess to one point it's kind of understandably so, because it is new. Like, this is in what?
Yeah,
I mean, thousands of years.
What's crazy
nobody's
is,
encountered
like,
this. So
from, I guess, November or December, whenever the actual first cases back in or overseas originated, it seems like it's been like forever.
true.
We're only just several months into it.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of wild.
I guess, you know, that, to your point, like, we every day, well, at least I hope every day that researchers, CDC, and people that, you know, we're kind of looking to for scientific answers are learning. I mean, I think they have. I mean, I hope they are. I'm like, I just pray, like, every day I hope they learn a little more. They can get us over the hump, you know, kind of. But I also think that it takes us to do our part as well, you know?
Yeah.
So, but it ties in with a lot of different things, and people feeling like they're being told what to do, and kind of like what you hit on too, points like that. But man,
I tell you, we were talking about Facebook a little bit ago, you know, before we started this, and like how it's for
old people.
I mean, I was gonna try to find a more polite way to say it, but there are some people, man, in my hometown. You know, I'm from a small country town.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, Monroeville, Alabama.
I know right where that's at.
Not many people do.
They got the Lee's factory outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there a handful of times.
I go there every time I have to go to Georgia. Like, no lie, when we were little kids.
Yeah.
Like, we had to stop there every.
That was like a thing?
Yeah, because my mom was
crazy.
like stocking up. So I know right where that's at. Also found a $100 bill in Monroeville one time at the Shell gas station right on 84.
It was probably fake.
Little kid found a $100 bill. I was like, Mama, I found $100 here. Of course, you know.
Yeah.
She was like, well, we have to turn that in.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? She was like, well, turn it in. We're going to Georgia. If we come back and it's still here, you can have it.
It wasn't there, was it?
Actually, they did. We
No
come back,
shot.
and they were like, I don't know if they just like knew the story or what, but yeah, we come back and $100. So
That's crazy.
didn't mean to throw you off. Facebook, small town.
Just talking about masks and everything. I have a lot of like old back road country folks, man. They get on Facebook and they're like, I ain't wearing no dang mask. I don't care what the government says, and they're trying to control me and all this stuff. I'm like, part of me's like, I mean, it ain't that deep, you know. I mean,
well,
I don't know.
I mean, there are those people. They
yeah.
have their opinions.
True.
And you know, they're not bad. No one's bad. No one's in the wrong here.
Right, yeah.
You know, people are just, they have their opinion. But for me, like, initially with masks, I know we talked about this several weeks ago, but we're still here. So that's why we're talking about it again. So, but I just find now that if I make myself put it on, regardless if I'm just hopping into the gas station real quick, right, just put it on, and then it's just kind of becoming like, you know,
normal.
Yeah. Not that I ever thought I'd be saying, "Hey, don't forget your mask," as in a normal sentence.
Yeah.
You know, at this point in my life, but it's just like anything.
You know
else.
what's crazy?
You don't walk out the door without your pants on.
True. When all this started, I remember like probably a week or two after it kind of hit the United States and it started to kind of get more popular and everything. I remember like going into Walmart and going out in public, and I'd see a few people with masks on, and I'm like, that's kind of strange.
Same.
But now I go out and I see people that don't have them on, and I'm like,
Oh,
That's kind of strange.
I
You know what I
walk
mean?
right behind them. Right behind them. And I'm like, where's your mask? Where you ain't got that mask?
You know, originally when this thing started, I don't know if y'all remember, but like, it was like not good to wear a mask. Like there was like a shaming.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I was going back looking at some stuff, and one of the things was like they legit were like, no, there's no reason to wear a mask.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, that's where we've come.
Yeah.
But, so
I don't know. You got all kind of different opinions, and I don't know. We all have ours, and everybody out there has theirs. And
yeah,
I don't know.
I do think it's real, and again, we hope everybody's being safe and using good judgment. Is what we would say a lot. So.
True.
Well, what else we got? I mean, again, August is right here. You know, Hagen and Josh both. Well, Hagen's our youth pastor. Josh, you are intern, youth student ministry intern.
That's it.
There you go. Get it. There you get it right. So you guys have a lot of interaction with the youth, and I mentioned earlier. I thought it'd be interesting to get kind of a perspective from the youth on how they have handled all this.
Yeah.
I know we've had some seniors that graduated this past May.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who could have ever imagined graduating during a time like this? But now, dude, I'm starting to think, okay, this is August.
Yeah.
Are we going to be doing this again next May for class of 2021?
Oh.
I don't know, man. I mean, if everybody does what they're supposed to do, hopefully not. But,
Amen.
You know,
absolutely.
I don't know. And I think that's one of the most uncomfortable things is just not knowing.
Yeah.
You know, and also too, like, you know, I'm a graduate of Highlands College, and you know, I went through 2 years of training there. There's no training for this.
That's
true. So like, there's no training for how to you know, pastor a student ministry in a pandemic. There's no training for how to pretty much do completely online mentoring and leadership and all that. And so it's tough. And you know, when all this started, we started doing Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
You know, I'd film a message and put it on YouTube for like our message time, and then we'd meet on Zoom.
They
for
were
like
very
small
good
groups.
too.
Hey, thank you.
They were.
But I don't know, man. It was different. And you know, we actually had a camp camp day this past weekend. That was the first time we had all met like in person. And
yeah. I heard great turnout.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. We had 14, 15 students, which was, you know, a little like more than half of what we usually run. So that in itself was kind of crazy. But a lot of students came out, had a couple new ones, and I think they enjoyed it. But
I think that's what I was about to say. I think it's so important. I don't know, and I'll ask you guys like how the interaction between them has been. But I think just that being able to get with your friends, is so key. I feel like that was probably a big thing this past Saturday.
I remember like the morning of it, you know, we had split them up into different teams, and a couple of them came in. They're like, oh, do you have me on this person's team? You know, they hadn't seen them in months.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I got you this. And they're like, oh, yes.
That's awesome.
Super excited. But going back to your original question, man, I don't know. You know, looking at May of next year, graduation and everything, I don't know.
Well, we just need to pray and people would do the right thing. And you know, maybe we'll slow it down, curve it a little bit. But how are the youth? Like, what have we been doing? What have they been doing this summer? Like, what's the talk, man? I mean, how are they making it?
TikTok.
Tickety-tock. Yep.
TikTok.
That's a big.
Do you TikTok each
thing.
other, or is that you just watch stuff on TikTok?
I mean,
it is okay, Josh.
Okay,
you can tell us.
I'm a 26-year-old dude, and I remember back in like February or so, a couple of my students were talking about it, and they were in the room during service. You know, they're doing some dances, and they're talking about TikTok, and I'm like, what is this? You know, this is all new to me. So they start telling me about it. Well, I download it because I kind of want to stay culturally
up to date,
speed. You know, I want to be able to relate to them. So I download it, and I'm watching some of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is so stupid. But I found myself like just scrolling for seemed like hours on end.
Oh yeah.
And before I knew it, like that became a part of my regular days, like just going on TikTok. You know, I still have it today, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't make them. You know, I just watch them, but there's some funny people out there, dude.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have it, but I have seen some funny videos, and I'm like, I mean, you know,
it's amazing how creative people can be. With,
that's
like,
true.
You think about Vine, like that was 6-second videos.
Is Vine dead, Josh? Okay.
That's my TikTok.
Did TikTok kill Vine?
No, TikTok came like 3 or 4 years after Vine, but Vine lasted 2013 to
I don't remember, man.
I just remember it did not pick up.
Yeah, but didn't they come out with like a Vine 2.0, and that just never really took off?
Trash.
Okay, yeah.
Trash.
Garbage.
Well,
But
I mean, I hope they're doing well. Is school? So I saw some news articles about how school this fall may play out. And as far as Jones County, are we still and Laurel? Are they still planning on starting in August? Do you guys know as of today? Or?
to be honest, I don't really know that there's a set, like a 100% set plan. I know they plan on starting back, but whether or not it's going to be
Right.
in person, I've heard that
Split
we'll
schedules.
have, like some will go on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, some Tuesday,
hybrid.
Thursday. I've heard
Is it gonna be some online?
I've heard
learning?
the online stuff, but then I've also heard like the issue of, not every student has access to online.
Correct.
Like
Capabilities.
to the internet.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, well, if they don't have internet and they can't come to the building, well,
What do you do?
what do you do then? So I know there've been talks about setting up online.
It worries me too, the fact that basically school's been out since spring break, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's mid-March. So it worries me about. I mean, that's still several weeks of learning that wasn't implemented.
Yeah.
And and then you just kind of start in school if they start
Yeah.
back in August or whatever. I don't know. I think it's tough for teachers. I'm sure they're like wondering what in the world's going on and what they're gonna do as well. But I just kind of wanted to see how the youth was making it, and you guys know best on that. So.
Yeah, I know. I work at Chick-fil-A too part time.
I love Chick-fil-A. I need to take a moment
Most people do.
and say that
Shouts
their chicken sandwich is so good. It's the
But
best.
it's not better than Popeyes.
Not better than Popeyes.
Okay,
Oh,
ladies
this is
and gentlemen.
live. If I work with you at Chick-fil-A, just gonna cut that last part out. I forgot this is live. Anyways. But you know what? Hey, that's my opinion, man.
Moving
I
right
think the
along.
Popeyes
That was
sandwich is
my
better.
fault. That was my bad.
I'll say, hey, Chick-fil-A does everything else better, in my opinion. But I think the Popeyes sandwich just,
You like it. That's
yeah,
okay.
I do.
Love it.
Whatever.
Lucky might get one tonight, but
Yeah.
anyways.
Anyways,
So
you
where
work
was
at
I at?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and so a lot of the people I work with, they're some high school guys, 11th juniors, seniors, and I was talking to one of them last week actually, and we're kind of talking about he's going into his senior year and just kind of figuring out what that looks like. Obviously, I think, and that's another thing too, just to kind of get on a little bunny trail, is like I try to relate to these guys,
Yeah.
but honestly, like I don't know how to, because I don't want to be like, yeah, I feel you, because I don't. I've never been there.
Right.
My senior year wasn't taken from me or any of that. And so, but he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I graduate in May. And he was saying pretty much he's just ready to be done with it and just move on. And I'm like, that's just kind of
It's
not
kinda-
depressing, but
well,
it's kind of sad.
It is
that
kind of
it's
tough. You're looking
your
at
senior year, man.
Well,
We're supposed to
yeah,
be-
your senior, and there's that point where you start school your senior year,
Mhm.
and it's only a few weeks until football season. If you're you're participating in a football sport as your school, if you have that. But I mean, in the South, it's generally a
Right.
big thing: Friday night football, Friday night lights, or whatever. And that's organized sports is kind of in jeopardy right now
Yeah.
so I could see where someone of youth may just almost be not completely thrilled about it.
Right.
And it's tough. But I know, like you guys had the camp, was that last Saturday?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm sure throughout the year, we always do a great job of connecting people.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be key, I think, because
Yeah, true.
we don't know right now what's going to be available for them and us. It's just so crazy to think about. We get in such a routine, I think.
Right.
And then when it gets, I'm like so routine. Like I have to, or it just throws me off. So this whole thing has been kind of like just a roller coaster for me. But anyways, they're probably handling it better than I am. So
Yeah, just thinking about me, man, like I grew up playing sports, in my senior year, I played football, baseball, and basketball.
mm-hmm.
And just, I don't want to say like I went to school to play sports. I had parents who, I feel like disciplined me very well. And, whether or not they were going to be sports, I was going to be getting my education.
That's good.
So, but I mean, the
Y'all hear
sports
that?
really just, Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Get
Take
your
note.
education, folks. But really, like the sports, man, like waking up. I mean, I didn't really care about school so much. I was just ready to get to practice or get to the game.
Yeah.
And school was just a byproduct of
Something
what I
you
wanted to do
kinda-
afterwards. Kind of.
Yeah. It was
And
like,
so-
you have to go to school.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I just kind of feel too for all these athletes out there who just kind of live for that stuff, you know. And now it's just kind of taken from them. It's tough. I don't know.
Well,
But
it is tough. I don't know. Have you taught anybody, Josh, or
About what?
have you talked to any youth, or kind of
Yeah.
how do you feel? How are things going for everybody?
Well, I mean, you know, it's been a little harder to connect with some of the youth during this time, but my brother was a junior in high school, is entering his senior year.
Okay.
He's already, not that it's the correct mindset to think, but he's already pretty much given up on his senior year.
That's tough.
yeah,
He's like, you know, he said the signs are obviously, they're delaying everything. Everything's looking different. He said, well, it's like our senior year is just shot like the class of 2020 was.
Yeah.
So he's kind of giving up hope on that. And I'm like, no, it's probably going to get better. And he said, no, because when we hit winter, it's all going to spur back up again. And it's tough. It for sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's rough. I think a lot of students are doing that, though. A lot of, not even like juniors in last year, but a lot of students, like even 7th grade, 8th grade up, they're expecting this. They're just trying to, kind of how you said, trying to adjust to a new schedule. They're just going ahead and telling themselves this is how life is going to look for a little bit.
Yeah.
Whether that's right or that's wrong.
Right.
That's how they're coping with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. Encouragement's going to be key, I think. You know, not just for youth, but for everybody. It's not. I mean, I'll be the first. I'm looking at the camera. This is serious. I will be the first to say that the thought of losing college football absolutely destroys my
I'll be the second.
But you know what? It's not. When you think about it, when you get serious with yourself, Bradley, that is not what is important. It's not, Hagen.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. And you're right. I think the selfish, sinful desire in me would say,
Preach to me.
No, college football is important. But I mean, I don't know if I could give up one season of college football to go back to just being able to go about my everyday life.
Yeah. Well,
somewhat normally, you know, then I feel like that's a good trade.
You know, it kind of goes back to something James said yesterday in his message when he was talking about, and now I forgot completely. After all this, like, what am I, you know, what is this really doing, or you know, preparing? You know what I'm saying. I think when you think about it, versus spending every Saturday CBS watching Georgia try to beat Alabama.
Keyword there, try.
I say that. Well, I could go on. Because we had opportunities the last 3 times, but whatever. Instead of doing that, you know, maybe we take that time to really focus on each other.
Yeah.
The youth. How are we going to, you know, keep people motivated, uplifted, and encouraged, and all that good stuff. So, you know,
True.
What's God really trying to teach me here? So
I will say one thing that, man, and I know I said this back in like our first or second episode whenever y'all started talking about everything, and one thing I'm super grateful for that, you know, going into this that I didn't really realize was that big of a deal was, you know, I've had a lot more free time on my hands. Yeah. And so I've been able to game a lot. You know, I play video games a lot. And so I have a group of friends that... Man,
you were good. I watch your videos.
Nah, man, you think I'm good, but I don't ever... You see my good stuff. No. You see the good stuff. You don't see all the horrible, terrible stuff. But
that's the power of video editing.
That's true, too, yeah. You don't put the bad stuff out there. But...
just ask James. Oh.
We have...
He's not here. Burn, sorry.
But we have, it's like 7 of us in our kind of group, and we all live in different places. You know, I'm here in Laurel. Right now we've got 3 of them in Starkville. One of them's about to move to Atlanta to pursue a career in music. And then we've got 3 in surrounding locations in Lower Alabama. So we're all kind of spread out, but because of gaming, we're all able to like stay connected.
Yeah.
And so, man, we spent a lot of time just hanging out on a video game, and it's really kept I say it's kept the friendship alive. I think we still have it without the game, but it's totally just enhanced it to another level. It's crazy.
That's awesome, because without that technology, you know, and you mentioned Zoom calls and various, you know, we've done online worship services. We've used a lot of different technologically different outlets to kind of be able to still we're doing this, still be able to connect with folks.
Right.
And I think that's a blessing for us to be able to have and use those resources, because it's key. I mentioned that forever ago. I was like, I don't think any of us, speaking specifically about the podcast, I was like, I don't think we ever could have, you know, seen the need for people to be able to just plug in some earphones and listen to a podcast and kind of hear a familiar voice and, you know, feel connected, you know, share a laugh or something like that. So what about you, Josh? You got any, what would we call that? Like secret blessings of COVID or something like that?
Something like
just
that, like
anything during the season that
happened,
it's kind of been, it's been a good thing, but
okay. I don't say anything about my integrity with my schoolwork, but there are a couple of classes I was struggling with, and when those jokers went online, Joshy didn't struggle anymore. So,
oh my gosh!
Prayer and supplication.
That's it. Yeah.
To pass those classes.
We're grateful. We're grateful
Swear.
and thankful that you were able to pass those classes with flying colors.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You got me thinking. You know, I was already thinking about going back and finishing my education, getting my teaching degree.
Now's the time.
But part of me's been, you know, I just don't really want to do it online per se. You kind of convinced me, man. Maybe online is the way.
Well,
with
now,
prayer and supplication,
online
of
is
course.
the way. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you may not have an option.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
You know.
now could be this could be
it.
Could be the voice telling you.
It really could be.
Hagen.
Well, you know, back in like January, February, I'd already started looking at Southern Miss to go and finish, you know, and I already kind of had a plan laid out. I was going to apply, and then, you know, COVID happened.
Yeah.
And then nobody really knew what the rest of that semester is going to look like.
Right.
Nobody's knowing what this semester is going to look like. So it's kind of.
Well, you know, they're probably definitely going to offer some sort of online. It could be optional, and you could just be like, no, online's great. It works out wonderful for my schedule. Right. So, and then just get that baby
benefit me
out.
more to do it now,
it
honestly.
Could.
But
absolutely. We got any good comments over there, Joshua? Let me hear something good. I know you people are paying close attention, and we appreciate it very much. We love you all.
Sounds like the Bible and faith, huh? That was 20 minutes ago, though.
I can't remember what.
And tell what we were talking about 20 minutes ago.
Well, that's exactly right.
Probably.
That is exactly right.
We can say probably, but we really don't know. 20 minutes was.
We apologize.
Well, we know that we know the Bible and faith.
Bible and faith are good.
Absolutely. So,
Yes.
all right, I told you I was going to ask you this, and this is kind of...
Was this the question you said you
yes.
didn't tell me earlier?
Right.
Okay.
Well, you mentioned you and your friends being able to connect through gaming, right?
Yeah.
Now, which platform do you use?
Like what gaming system do I use?
Get console. Sorry.
So I'm on a PS4.
Okay. Are you going to get the PS5 first of all?
You know,
It's yes or no.
I mean, yeah.
What?
Well, okay. Here's the thing.
No.
But there's like some asterisks with this. I've heard, and I don't know if this is confirmed, but I've heard the PS5 is going to be like $500 or more.
So that's
I don't know if that's right or wrong. So
the
I'm
PS4 was like what?
But I didn't buy that. That was actually a gift to me from my parents for Christmas. Yeah.
I'll tell you a story about that too.
Because I got a story about that too.
All
But
right.
bottom line, PS5, I'm definitely going to get it if all my friends get it. Now, if none of them get it, I'm not going to spend $500.
They're going to get it.
But I know they probably are.
Just start saving, Hagen.
I know. That's a lot to pay. I probably won't buy it immediately. I'll probably wait till like it drops a little bit.
You know what I would do?
Just buy it.
Buy it immediately. That's such a good.
I don't know though, man.
Such a good friend.
If we're still in the same state as we are, you know, whenever that drops now, I don't even know if I'll be able to get it because I go to GameStop just to get a controller, and they never have any because they say, you know, they can only get 2 or 3 in a week because of COVID. Like They only ship 2 or 3 in a week, so I don't even know what that would look like.
Yeah.
Come time to drop the PS5. So
well,
who knows how accessible it'll be.
It's good to stay connected, and if gaming or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, true.
I think it's important. What else is going on that we need to address tonight, fellas?
Conspiracy theories. I don't know.
Gosh,
We don't
talking
have
about
time
a
for that.
rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole of that one.
We got some sports that are supposed to start July the 20-something, right?
Speaking of, so the baseball, they're doing their 60 game. The MLB's doing their 60 game thing.
Hey, Dr. Fauci is going to throw out the first pitch.
I did
for,
see that.
Who is that? The Nationals.
The Nationals, yep. I watched 3 nights ago, the Yankees and the Mets played. It was like a little exhibition game
Was
thing.
it awesome?
It was weird, man. They had like the cardboard cutouts behind home plate, and it was just weird looking. There's no fan sound. They have like
they still have like the hype music and stuff. Like bum 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 bum.
Not that I remember. They may have. I just didn't. I was only like 70% paying attention.
Right.
Because obviously. Yeah. But I don't remember. I just remember, man, it was just odd. Somebody hit a home run and it just kind of.
Crowd went
crickets.
Silent.
It's just, I don't know. It's odd.
Well, that's why you guys should start watching golf because it's still awesome regardless.
You're a big golf man.
Yes, I am. Tiger stunk it up this past weekend, which I did not appreciate. Tiger. Let's do a little better, okay?
Yeah, Tiger Woods, if you're watching,
I know you're listening and watching.
Get it together, bro.
But they don't have to worry about the golfer. They don't like a lot of distractions, so less people the better.
That's true. Yeah, really works out good for them.
I mean, they still gonna get fired up, make them birdies, and get that paycheck. So
true.
But yeah, we got some baseball hopefully and some basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. In regards to basketball and the bubble down there in Orlando, which, by the way, if you're keeping up with the news, Florida's still, like, exploding with new cases.
Yeah.
Well, they came out today and said...
Tell me something good.
Well, they said that they
Just
tested the test that they gave to the NBA players when they arrived. They said that they have 0 cases of corona out of all the players. So
it's like 300 something.
The bubble could be effective.
The bubble could be working.
Maybe. I do know Russell Westbrook's coming in soon.
Well, Zion...
After having had it, but he has to quarantine in his room there for 2 days before he can, engage with the players and practices or anything. So
Zion went home or something for family emergency. So he'll probably have to quarantine when he comes back just for protocol.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
so, I don't know, man.
Are they playing? My question was when they play games, obviously he's going to be in Orlando there at Disney World.
Yeah.
What kind of little setting is this? It's hard for me to be able to watch or to think about an NBA game that's going to be holding quite a bit of, importance.
True.
Being played.
Talking about like the finals.
Yeah.
Being played. Could you imagine that? Like the NBA finals being played in front of like a cameraman, your team, and your coaches, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Some broadcasters maybe.
And like maybe a little.
Like a scorekeeper or
I don't
they
should just find some park like chained in
like 2K.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, and just do the finals there.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I will say I saw something funny the other day. Dwight Howard was walking around the bubble without a mask, and he got in trouble for it. But his response was like, I mean, nobody here has it, so we shouldn't be at risk getting it. So what's the point of wearing one?
But children are watching.
I guess that's true. If you're being an influence in your own.
Oh, they're all influencers.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before they knew that nobody had it. This is kind of
I guess that's true too. You're right. This is a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, to me, I don't care if you're riding a pine. Chances are, if you are a professional athlete,
you're being seen in some capacity.
You are being seen in some capacity.
True.
And we need people to set a good example.
Right.
Not just with masks.
But with everything.
But with everything.
Bars.
I mean, have we weren't even right here at COVID-19. That could be a very key topic right there.
That's true.
And we talked about the power of influence a little bit one night. I don't know. We were over there.
Yeah, we were setting some stuff up.
And talking about how important influence can be. That's why I think, and you were talking about earlier, people in leadership or our government leaders or officials or whatever, I think it's important to set the tone, because there's influence, and influence is key with, everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I never really thought, like, growing up, you see all these, I was big into sports, obviously, baseball, football players. You never really realize till you get older how much influence those people that you don't even know, you just see on the TV, have on your life.
You want to know why? Is because now you have influence.
Yeah.
And you have influence. everybody has influence, regardless if you think so. There are probably people who you may not even know that watch, listen, see you in some form or capacity, and we all have some form of influence.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, when you're a kid, you don't think about it. You're the one that's paying attention. Yeah. Man, there was these dudes. I remember this one kid. I was like, oh, man, he is so cool. I want to walk like him. But you know what? We need to walk like Jesus.
That's it. Bringing it home now.
So, in more ways than one. But I hope the bubble works out for the NBA players, and I hope they all set a good example and wear a mask. Yeah. In Disney World when they're riding all the rides for free. Is Disney World open?
I saw it was. I don't know. Maybe.
I think they just reopened. I think they kind of Disneyland and Disney World both kind of have like a
soft opening type deal.
A little bit of a soft.
Really?
More of like a phase 1 opening where it's limited crowds and they have to enforce social distancing. Everybody has to wear a mask. So.
I got you. Well, I think it just goes back to what we talked about and it being important for us all to do our part. Yeah. Yeah. Before we go, I would I want to remind you guys that our podcasts are available to download on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher. Hey, look at that. We're at a good time. And we're also on YouTube. So we'll have this episode on all your favorite. What do you got? You guys are laughing.
One of my friends is watching this. I think it's he and his wife, but she commented that I'm only going to pay for half of that PS5, and that comes from apparently I have this bad habit of
making bets and stuff, and you can't.
So I'll play a game for a little bit, and if I don't like it, I don't want to buy it. But then they all buy it, and I'm like, well, crap,
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad we have a few minutes because my question that I didn't get to was Ghost of Tsushima.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. Okay.
Is that like a game?
Yeah, it's a new game, and I was just going to get your opinion on it.
Is it like an Assassin's Creed type thing? Or it's like
probably.
I don't know.
It's not sports.
If it's not sports and it's not a first-person shooter, then I probably
not
don't
a
know
first-person shooter.
If it's like a World of Warcraft, League of Legends type thing, I don't.
What about
no idea. Rocket League.
No.
I don't.
Man, my brain.
Fortnite.
No. God of War. Did you play that?
No, but actually watched a dude play.
Did you need to get that one first
a
of
little
all?
bit, and it looked kind of interesting.
It's great. See, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Dude, one of my buddies actually plays that. He.
Okay, get both of them.
I don't know. He says it's just super it's like super in depth. Like you do everything.
It is. It's awesome.
Like you go to the bathroom. You
bathe.
Yeah, like just it's like you're living that life. Like you do everything with that character. So he's like, it's super time consuming.
It's good.
And see, that's not my style.
All right, you'll enjoy
it.
Anyways, guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. I want to say thanks to Hagen for being in tonight. Also, I want to say thanks to Josh for also being in with us tonight and taking care of the keys, and appreciate that very much, and doing some switching on the cameras for us. This episode will be out this week sometime, so look it up on all your favorite iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, whatever what do you guys use?
I use Spotify. Like when I'm coming home and I listen to y'all.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, my friends I ask them about it and they're like, yeah, we listen on Spotify. I'm like, so you don't even follow us on iTunes?
I don't even know anything about iTunes.
That is the exact answer they say. Is that an old person thing too?
I had a Galaxy, man, and I just got this back in Christmas, but I just
so you didn't have the iTunes.
So I don't. Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm not big into the iPhone.
Right.
But
okay,
anyway,
we'll just set that aside. We're not big. Yeah. No, I don't need no iPhone. Spotify for the win.
Spotify for the win.
So Spotify works. YouTube as well. And we look forward to seeing you guys next Monday night at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
See y'all.